Hello, everybody. It's the coach. This is Madden.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL has us at the foot of the Rockies, just west of downtown Denver at Empower Field at Mile High. Today, it's a matchup in the AFC West between the Oakland Raiders and the Denver Broncos. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Derek Carr is set and ready to roll as he leads the Raiders out onto the field. Carr and sixth season, 28 years of age, former second-round pick back in 2014, and a lot of people feel this is a critical season for Derek Carr as a Raider. Remember, there were whispers that the Raiders might be in the market for a QB in the draft, even contemplating maybe making a run at Kyler Murray, but in the end, they stood pat with Derek Carr, hoping that he's the long-term answer. So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zay Jones that time, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
We often talk of situational football. Let's just call it team football. The defense did their job, got off the field, brought the punting situation, so they're turning the ball back over to their offense. You think those guys will get along very well right now? Of course they will. Defense helped the offense. Now it's their turn to take it downfield.
Flacco going to bring up the Broncos 1st and 10 at their own 26. From the gun, Flacco. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco 1st down. The numbers for him from a week ago, 5 catches, 70 yards. Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And the competition gets...
A pass for Sutton is intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And the return this time will go out to the 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
A good start to the drive here as that's caught out on the left side. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The end result, 21 yards. They'll run on 1st down. Richard. And not much to speak of there. Maybe a yard down to the 20. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
Holding offense.
That's on the Raiders' big money man, the free agent tackle Trent Brown. Minus 9 yards on the play, and now it's 3rd down. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They keep it on the ground. This time it's Crowell. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 17 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
Yeah, let's get 7.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. Carr gives to Richard. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jalen Richard with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. One of the keys to their long winning streak has been scoring first. An ideal drive right there, getting the first 6 points of the ball game.
Do you go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator? Remember what he told us?
Absolutely.
With some teams, I script to probe in the early part of the game. Other teams, I script to attack. They've been in attack mode for these ball games and continue that in this one.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM, it always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
A throw taken in by Hamilton. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. First and 10, and Flacco looking to throw. That's complete to Taywan Taylor. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So here's a first and 10 now in Raider territory at the 46. Flacco's throw there complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. Flacco now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. Flacco throws complete to Sutton. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. On second down now, it's Lindsey, and he's heating up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Operating out of the gun, Flacco. He's got this complete to Hamilton. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. So on 4th down, on comes Brandon McManus and the field goal unit for the Broncos. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And McManus able to put it through. But wait up now, a flag is down. If this is on the defense, they're going to get the first. Well, we look. At each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
They'll run here with Lindsey. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop it right around the 1. A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Lindsey. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Phillip Lindsey, his 4th touchdown on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And there you go, nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play, and result, touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
On 2nd and 11 now. Carr. He'll find his running back. It's Jalen Richard. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. 20! And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last 2 plays.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry, ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
They'll run it with Jacobs. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
So now then, the penalty's got him set up with a first and goal. Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. One more time with Jacobs. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
On goal-to-goal runs, when you create lost yardage plays, the only way that happens is he
in trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. The kick by Carlson is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Last season for Carlson, bit of a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
First and 10 here for Flacco. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. After the incompletion, here's second and 10 from the 20. To pass, Flacco. He's got his tight end, Jake Butt. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on first and 10. Flacco from the gun. This is the tight end Fant. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. Passing play, Flacco. And that will be incomplete with a clock showing 18 seconds now to go. So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. And again, it's Flacco to throw. He finds Taylor, complete. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at third down here. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter. it through, and that will tie things up as we head toward halftime. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. Time here for likely one play, and then these two teams will head to the locker room all even.
And you know the play caller's just feeling it right now. Let's go ahead and go for this one. A big shot downfield. Nope. Guaranteed the head coach is like, don't get crazy. Take the knee. Let's get out of here. Tie game. We'll just start all over.
All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. The final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. Here's Riddick. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for third down. Here's Flacco. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. And he goes out of bounds just shy of the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. Well, we talked about Phillip Lindsay so much last year, but it bears repeating. Undrafted in 2018, the Broncos would sign him in May, and that was a good decision. He would have a 1,000-yard season, 9 touchdowns en route to a Pro Bowl appearance. So from undrafted to playing in the Pro Bowl in 10 months, that's pretty clean living for Phillip Lindsay. On first down, Lindsey, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A loss of 2 there, second down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right, you look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 13-yard line. Flacco now 11 of 15 through the air. Here's 1st and 10. Flacco on the give to Lindsey. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Looking to throw on second down. Flacco, left side here. That's the tight end Fant. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it. 3rd and just 1. It's Flacco. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. And, Charles, they only needed a yard there. They try to pass the football. What do you think?
Well, I can't really go all out and kill them for the call because that 3rd and 1 fake and throw it over the top for a big play, that often does work. But in this situation, the pressure got to him.
Well, they don't get a touchdown here in the opening drive of the third quarter, but I think maybe you still say mission accomplished as they come away with the lead.
No, absolutely. You keep the pressure on, right? You go downfield, get some points up on the board, and hope that you motivated your defense to take the field and hold that lead.
Let's go, fellas.
So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. They'll run on first down. Richard. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And an alley to run. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Welcome back now to Denver. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. Carr now to throw. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And they'll work it inside the 15-yard line before it's all said and done. Give them a first down, 15 yards that time for the Raiders. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Hunter Renfrow, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And once again, the Raiders are back out in front.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Broncos come back out as we give you a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And it's all come down to this, hasn't it? Final week of the regular season. As this year's playoffs play out anything like the regular season. A pass for Sutton is intercepted. Picked by Darryl Worley.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
On first down, it's Jacobs, and the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Once again, it's Jacobs. And here he'll get it down to the 7. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to run for it with Corral. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. They'll be marked inches short. No gain on the play. And that's going to lead him to 4th down.
Hey, we're good, we're good. You ready? Switch it, come on, switch it. Play to 1. 45. Mike, 45. You ain't Tupper! Check 43!
And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay.
Game offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Carlson able to put this one through. And that'll make this a 7-point game. From a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And last time, one-play interceptions, so this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling, because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. The completion good for 3, and it's second down. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Flacco leaves to Lindsey on the draw. And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Pressure mounting. Flacco. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Flacco from midfield. This one complete to Theo Rennick. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. The catch and run good for 18 and a first down. He'll look to throw. He'll find Taylor. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They'll look to throw. Inside of a minute to go now. 2 timeouts left. Still in pretty good shape.
I think they're in excellent shape here if they use the timeouts judiciously and use the sideline as an additional timeout.
From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1. Back to throw. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7. But first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And it's caught. It's a touchdown. So they rally here in the final minute, and they're an extra point away from tying this game.
And while it appears the heavy lifting was accomplished by scoring the touchdown, they're still down 1. That extra point is not a gimme.
A very important extra point there, up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. Fitting for what's been a tight ball game. We're all even at 20 now as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the ball game. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Carr to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. Now a final chance to stop it here as a timeout comes in with 10 seconds left in the game. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Counter play with Jacobs. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining. What pressure as this thing all rests on the foot of Daniel Carlson. This from 51 yards for the win. And off the upright, and it caroms in. It's good. The kick is good, and that writes a crazy finish to this one. Well, a little drama there at the end, but really this thing was already decided. The late points get scored, and then it ends on the kickoff.
And I'm right there with you, partner. At the end of the game, they knew what they had to do. Just make sure you don't cough up the football at the end. Just take care of it and victory was theirs, and that's exactly what they did.
So for the Raiders, a final win here means they'll finish at 14-2. And now they'll have the week off as they get set to go after a Super Bowl title. Meanwhile, for Denver, they drop their 11th game now on the year. And it will be a disappointing finish to the regular season, no doubt. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire